Well, hello, you guys. We're going to go ahead and jump on into day 6, choosing an optimal design. Now, last lesson, you needed to submit the baby warmer design. If you did not do that, you need to go into the future workspace and make sure you do that before you start this lesson. You're going to get feedback during this lesson, so be prepared for that. Okay, so we're going to start activity 1, connecting in Future's workspace. So today you will go ahead and open up your message for the day, okay, on Futura's website. And let's see if I can pull it up. You're going to go to day 6 and read the letter. Now, make sure that you go ahead and open up your notes and send yourself day 6 notes and these deliverables that you need to have done by the end of the lesson so you can go back and refer to them. But here's the letter. Hi, interns. I sent feedback on the incubator design your team submitted. In a few minutes, your internship coordinator will have you look over the feedback of the baby warmer design. Your internship coordinator will help interpret the letter so that you can work on choosing your optimal incubator design. After hours, you'll think more about the trade-offs of your optimal design. You've probably noticed that each version you've designed has had trade-offs. A design can be strong in one criteria and not so great for another. To design an optimal solution to the problem, engineers share results, discuss feedback, and consider the trade-offs in order to improve their designs. So today you're going to do the design feedback summary sheet. You're going to use several new designs recorded in the baby warmer data, and then you are going to optimal design chosen and circled on baby warmer data. And then after hours, you will do your trade-off reflection. So keep at it. All right, we're going to hop back into our lesson. Pause the video here so you can go ahead and send yourself that email so you remember what you need to complete today. All right, so now that we're done with that, we're going to go on to Activity T, reviewing design feedback. Now, you received that feedback from Anton, and it should be in your email. It should look something like this, feedback baby warmer design. The feedback has suggestions, but not answers about how to improve your design in the next iteration. So he's going to give you some feedback and tell you, based on what you sent in, this is going to be a little bit of feedback to tell you whether it was good, whether it was, what you can improve on. So to figure out whether Anton thinks your result for each criteria was strong, weak, or moderate, you can look for phrases that say if something is good, just okay, or not great and needs a lot of improvement. These phrases are clues for how to make changes in your next iterations. So let's analyze Anton's example of feedback. I'll show larger versions of parts of the letter for us to discuss, but thanks for submitting the incubator design you thought best met the project criteria so far. Please review my comments for making improvement to your design. So the average temperature, it says you did a great job keeping the baby's temperature close to 37 degrees. But it does give you a couple other tips and tricks that you need to know. So make sure you're looking at what the language is actually saying to you. Like this one says, great job. And this one says this result in the baby's temperature being outside of the healthy range for too many minutes. You might also try different insulating materials. So he's giving you suggestions of what you can change. The last one here, the cost is a bit high. It might be worth the extra cost, but see if you can make the design more affordable. So he's giving a suggestion to try something different there as well. So we're going to use these next 3 slides to model how to look at, well, I just actually already did, so we don't need to do that. But if you need to look at these, you're welcome to pause it so that you can see what a strong, weak, or moderate feedback would be. All right, you will each get a sheet for recording notes. Now this should be in your packet already that you have, and you're going to need highlighters for color coding your notes. First, we'll review an example sheet together. So you'll start by filling in the top row with the details of the portable incubator version that you submitted for your feedback. So you'll put the temperature, the time, and the total cost from the one that you decided to submit so that you could get feedback in day 5. Okay, and then you're going to put the feedback from the director. So strong, if it was strong, you'll put what was strong about it. So like we said, successful design, achieved good average temperature. Those are some things that came out in these notes. Keep the baby's temperature close as possible to the average. So you're going to just point out the things that he said were strong, weak, moderate, whatever they may be. As you read your feedback letters and you write that in, you're going to try to keep it brief. You don't want to put long parts of the notes. You're going to try to keep it brief and color code it so that you know what criteria it was. So green would be for strong, yellow would be for moderate, and pink would be for weak. So you know you need to come back and change those criteria. Then open and read your feedback letters from Anton now that you have that so that you can go ahead and figure out what things that you need to either change in your design or keep the same. Pause the video here so that you can complete your feedback and annotate your design feedback summary with the notes that you were given on your design. All right, so we're going to summarize Anton's feedback by filling in the top two rows, which you should already be doing or have done, and use the colors to show where it was strong, weak, or moderate. And remember, strong as far as temperature needs to be between 36.9 degrees and 37 degrees. It needs to stay within a healthy range for as little time as possible. And then the other factors, well, you need to keep an eye on that. All right. So, which average temperatures meant your design addressed the criteria strongly? What about moderately? So, take a few moments with your group. Actually, let's take 30 seconds with your group to discuss this question. Which average temperatures meant your design address the criteria strongly or moderately? All right, next we're going to think about the criteria time outside of the healthy range. So, what or how much time outside the healthy range meant your design itself addressed the criteria strongly and moderately? Pause the video here, take 30 seconds to note this. All right, now let's consider the criteria of minimizing cost. What total cost meant your design address the criteria strongly, and what about moderately when it comes to cost? Pause the video here, 30 seconds to discuss with your group. All right, were any of you able to strongly address all three criteria? It's very hard to address all three criteria equally well, but it is important to try to improve your design as much as possible for the criteria. Sometimes to strongly address one criteria, you have to give up how well you address another. It's called a trade-off. You probably experience these trade-offs in decisions you make in your daily life. You will have some time today for more testing to help you improve your design. All right, so trade-off is when you have to give up one thing in turn for another. So you try to take the good with the bad. What kind of trade-offs did you make when you submitted your design? Pause the video here. Take no more than 1 minute to discuss this with your group. 30 seconds to 1 minute. Pause the video now. Okay, now you and your partner will discuss your design with another pair. So you need to find another group of four that you can discuss with, or another pair of people that you can discuss with. What trade-offs did you make? How were the trade-offs that other pairs made similar or different? Pause the video here. Take no more than 1 minute to discuss this. All right, remember the purpose of iterative testing is to gather information that will help you inform and improve your next results. Row 3 of the table is for you to set a goal. What's your redesign strategy? Do you want to keep what you have? Do you want to try different things? What are you going to do? Just like this note underneath here says, try to keep this temperature because it was good, it was strong. Well, in the weak factors, what are you going to do to change that? And then the moderate factors, what are you going to do to change that? Now remember, yours could be different than this table. So make sure you're looking at yours. All right, so determine your goals and redesign strategies and record them in the bottom two rows of the table. So what's your goal? What do you want to do? And how are you going to make that goal happen? Pause the video here so that you guys can complete that. You should take no longer than about 4 or 5 minutes, if that long, and move on to the next part of the activity. Pause the video here. All right, we're going to go into final testing. So when we talk about optimal, we want the most successful considering the situation we have. We know there's going to be trade-offs, and it's impossible to strongly address every single thing. So you're going to have to accept some trade-offs when you design your incubators. And you should have a better idea of what an optimal design might look like. So next you're going to consider or conduct the iterative test using Anton's feedback. So your goal is to help you find the optimal design that you want to propose. So you're going to identify that, your optimal design may end up being one you already completed in a previous test or a new one you do today. Remember, you have a limited time to plan and test these new designs. So you're going to build a test, new versions of your design to find the optimal one. Analyze each version before you plan the next one and record your data. You have a data sheet that you're going to be recording this on. It looks like this, and you want to put what version you're on. I do have extra copies if you need extra copies. You got a few. Between your whole group, you actually have, if you each write different ones down, then you have, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8? You have 8 versions. If you do need more than that, please let me know. But look over your designs and choose the one that you think is optimal. Write optimal over that design sheet next to the version that you selected. All right, we're going to jump into after hour work. So for this task, you will complete the trade-off reflection form. And this is on the digital platform. I believe you also have this one in your packet. We're going to have to look and see. But the trade-offs you describe should be the version that you chose as your optimal design. So which one is your optimal one that you chose? So you're going to hop back into the future workspace and complete the trade-off reflection that is in your inbox and click submit. All right, and that's the end of this lesson. So if you guys will pause the video here, go back to Amplify it and check and see what else you need to complete for the day. Don't forget to make sure you have everything that you need to have turned in. Double check your inbox to make sure that you have those things that you needed to get done today done.